For generations, the fundamental architecture of building a successful business followed a predictable, heavily linear blueprint that relied on physical location, substantial upfront capital, and clear geographic boundaries. In the traditional landscape of the 20th century, an entrepreneur would secure a physical storefront, establish local supply chains, manufacture a tangible product, and compete primarily with businesses located within a specific city or region. This older paradigm valued slow, calculated stability above all else, allowing established enterprises to dominate markets for decades simply by maintaining their physical infrastructure and relying on traditional print, radio, or television advertising to reach a captive local audience. In that era, the primary barrier to entry was physical and financial, meaning whoever owned the factories, the real estate, and the distribution networks ultimately controlled the market. Today, however, we are living through a massive, unprecedented economic paradigm shift that has completely shattered these historical boundaries, ushering in a hyper-connected era where global competition is instantaneous, and the traditional rules of commerce have become completely obsolete. Building a modern enterprise requires a profound understanding of this new digital reality, where technology has democratized the tools of creation, but simultaneously amplified the complexity of survival. The most radical difference between the business world of the past and the present lies in the transition from an economy of physical scarcity to an economy of absolute abundance and attention scarcity. In the contemporary landscape, anyone with a laptop and an internet connection can instantly launch a global brand from their bedroom, access cloud manufacturing, and distribute digital products or services to billions of people overnight, for a fraction of what a physical storefront used to cost. This democratization means that physical capital is no longer the ultimate competitive advantage. Instead, the new currency of the modern business world is human attention. Modern entrepreneurs are no longer just competing with the shop across the street, but are fighting against a relentless, hyper-saturated ocean of content, notifications, and global competitors who are all vying for the exact same few seconds of a consumer's focus. Furthermore, whereas past business owners relied heavily on gut instinct and waited months to see quarterly sales data, today's marketplace is entirely data-driven. Every single click, view, scroll, and purchase decision is tracked in real time, transforming business into a highly scientific discipline that requires constant analysis, deep personalization, and rapid adaptation to shifting consumer metrics. Navigating this modern business environment requires confronting a unique set of structural and psychological challenges that previous generations of business owners never had to imagine. One of the greatest contemporary hurdles is algorithmic dependency, where a company's visibility, customer acquisition cost, and revenue can be completely wiped out overnight by a single, unannounced update to a social media platform or search engine ranking system. This creates an environment of perpetual instability, forcing modern builders to constantly pivot their marketing strategies to satisfy corporate algorithms, rather than just focusing on serving their actual customers. Additionally, the sheer velocity of information and technological evolution has led to widespread entrepreneur burnout and decision fatigue, as a modern business owner is often expected to be a master of digital marketing, data analytics, software integration, and brand storytelling all at the same time. This intensity is compounded by the psychological toll of constant comparison, as social media platforms create a toxic illusion of effortless success, presenting highly polished highlights of young entrepreneurs achieving millions overnight, which leads to unrealistic expectations, premature quitting, and a profound sense of inadequacy among those doing the gritty, unglamorous daily work of building a company. To succeed and build a sustainable empire in this chaotic environment, today's entrepreneurs must completely abandon the old mindsets of perfectionism and rigid, long-term planning in favor of hyper-agility and iterative execution. The modern way to build a business is to test fast and fail cheap, utilizing a lean startup methodology where you launch a minimum viable version of your product or service directly to the public to gather immediate, real-world data before investing massive amounts of time or capital. Instead of attempting to appeal to a massive, generalized audience, the most successful modern strategies revolve around micro-niching, which involves identifying an extremely specific, underserved community of passionate consumers and tailoring your entire value proposition to solve their unique problems. Furthermore, every modern business must essentially become a media company that happens to sell a product or service. Cultivating a powerful, authentic brand story and a deeply engaged community has become the ultimate shield against algorithmic volatility, because when consumers feel a genuine human connection to a founder or a brand's mission, they will actively seek out that business regardless of changing advertising costs. Operators must also view artificial intelligence not as a threat, but as an exponential leverage tool that allows a tiny, agile team of 2 or 3 people to match the operational output of an entire 20th century corporate department by automating repetitive tasks and supercharging creative workflows. Ultimately, while the challenges of the modern marketplace are undeniably intense, it is vital to realize that we are living in the most abundant, opportunistic era in human history for anyone possessing the courage to build. The barriers that once kept ordinary people from achieving financial independence have completely vanished, and the leverage available to a single individual today through digital distribution, global networks, and automated software is greater than what entire corporations possessed just a few decades ago. Success in this new age is not determined by who has the most initial capital, but by who possesses the highest capacity for continuous learning, psychological resilience, and emotional maturity. Every technological disruption that wipes out an old industry simultaneously creates a massive, wide-open frontier of new opportunities for those who look at the world through a lens of curiosity rather than fear. You must view adaptability as your ultimate superpower, embracing the chaos of the marketplace as a proving ground to sharpen your skills, test your limits, and build a legacy of true self-reliance. The modern economy does not reward those who wait for perfect certainty or long for the predictability of the past. It rewards those who take bold, calculated action in the face of ambiguity, trust their ability to figure things out on the fly, and understand that true security comes from your own capacity to create value for others. Thank you for exploring the dynamic and rapidly evolving world of modern business with me today. If this breakdown of the digital economy and the strategic shift required for modern success gave you a valuable mental boost, please hit the like button to help our community grow. What is the biggest challenge you face in your own entrepreneurial journey today? Or are you preparing to launch your very first venture? Share your thoughts and business goals in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into productivity, mindset, and performance optimization. Until next time, stay focused and stay vigilant.